Hey, this is DJ Straight. I'm coming right back at you. We had to switch up because sometimes stuff just don't want to work like it's supposed to. So, to the people that I sent the link to get on, let me know if you all can see it, and I'm gonna get you right back on. Let's see the StreamYard link. This is DJ Straight. This is live and in living color. All right. So the person who texted me earlier, let me know if you can hear me and you can see me back on. And then that way we can go ahead, and to the people that I gave the link to, I want you all to go ahead and get on. It's starting out rough, but it's going to be a great show. This is going to be a great show. And my phone is recording me. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm back on. So this is how it works. If you have something to say, you can say it and jump on and jump back off. Everything is in living color, y'all. Everything is live. I'm grateful for the liveability. How is that? That's a made-up word. I'm grateful for the liveability. And so I sent the link so you all can get on. I'm waiting for the people who were able to come on earlier. So let me know if I got anybody out there. Let me know if I got any viewers. We're having trouble connecting StreamYard to Facebook. That's fine. Remove it. Yes, delete it. Delete it off of Facebook. Yes, remove from Facebook. Yes, save changes. So we are live on YouTube only. We are live on YouTube only. Yes. Just waiting for some people to get on. Okay. That is not working. Let me see if I'm on YouTube. This is terrible. I hate this thing. Okay, I'm on. Okay, link was sent. I'm waiting for people to come on. Yes. Okay. Link was sent. All right. So we got one person on. That might be myself. It's all good. Okay. And I'm just waiting for the people who wanted to be on to go ahead and come on so we can start figuring out what people want to jump on off. We had a little bit of technical difficulties at first, but guess what? That doesn't stop anything. We had to come out of praise from the closet because for some reason, praise don't like being in the closet now. At first, back in the day, it was fine. But now all of a sudden, thanks, Jay, for being back on. We are waiting for our participants to be on. And listen, if you haven't already, go ahead and sign up. Go ahead and sign up to DJ Straight because we got some more stuff planned. We got more things planned. We are double timing as we're doing this. And I'm waiting for the people who already got the link to just come on. While I'm doing that, here we go right here. Listen, we've got some exciting show. Matter of fact, we got a show coming up next week. A young lady from, this is live, a young lady coming from Jersey. So here we go. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. YouTube channel DJ Straight. We are still playing gospel music 365 days a year. It is 24 hours and seven days. We are doing that. So while I'm waiting for the guests to come on, our first set of guests to come on, anybody in your comments, if you got a comment, go ahead and shoot me the comment, or go ahead and email according to the flyer. Let me go ahead and just share my screen. Let me share my screen. This is, if you want to join, go ahead and join by texting us 202-322-2470 if you want to join, or if you want to comment, text your comment to 202-322-2470, or go ahead and email us. We don't mind. Go ahead and email us. And if you email us, we will respond right away. Right away. Come on, folks. For those that signed up that said you all had something that you wanted to say, I sent you the link out. I've texted you and said, hey, the link has been sent. Come on now. I mean, I can talk for 2 hours, but I don't need to. Oh, I left my juice in the other room. Yeah, I don't need to talk for 2 hours yet. But for those who said you got something to say, if you didn't get the link, go ahead and send it to me again, or I'll resend it again. And then that way, because people don't want to just hear me, the flyer said, if you got something to say. So I've sent it out to those who said they had something to say. Come on now. Waiting on you. It looks like, let's see, file, save this file as a picture file. So again, if you like good inspirational music, we've got that too. WGMLB.com. We play that. That's what's going across our website. Check out our YouTube page, WGMLB, or the page that you're now looking on. You can also put your comments, post comments on YouTube. We love to have your comments on today. This is a first for us. And guess what? Every time there's a first, or most of the time as there's a first, there's some kinks that got to get worked out. So guess what? We are the kink working out queen tonight. Tonight, we are the kink working out queen. We are. But guess what? We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a good time in here on tonight. Oh, I'm not showing my DJ Straight shirt. Yeah, I got to show DJ Straight. I'm proud of my uniform. That's what I call it. I call it my uniform. Yes, I'm very proud of it. And so for that reason, I got to show it every time. My niece made me all of these shirts. I paid for them, of course, but she made me these shirts, and I proudly wear them. I proudly wear my DJ Straight shirts. Again, listen, the views on the show tonight, we got to put our disclaimer up, because we don't want anybody saying, hey, DJ Straight came on and she let these people talk and they were saying this kind of crazy stuff. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen tonight. So we're going to get our disclaimer up. So I'm going to tell you what happened. Praise from the Closet Studio. I think that internet, it just is not like the internet, but we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it for the next time that we have a show. We will not be defeated in that aspect at all. We will not be defeated. So for those who asked to come on, we got you. You are more than welcome to come on, and let's just see what you got to say. Because listen, I got my own questions. I could ask my own self, but I won't do that because I want others to jump on in here. Let's see. Where are you guys? Where are you all? Those who wanted to come on? Those who wanted to come on, this is what it is. I don't know where they are. I sent them the link. They said they had something to say. So come on. Come on. If you can't get on, send me a text. Should I call your names out? Should I call your names out for those who said that they wanted to do it? This is what we're doing. We're just talking tonight. That's why it's called jump on and jump off. Jumping on and jumping off. I'm getting some conversations in here, so let me see if these are people who may be having some issues with what's going on. I don't see anybody saying that they can't get on. The link was sent. The link was sent to that person. All right. Hey, for those 3 that are on now, please stay hanging with me. It's going to work. It's going to work. The link was sent. So those who said they wanted to get on, stay on. Yeah, because it's going to work out tonight. I guarantee you that it's going to work itself out. All right. Again, this is DJ Straight. We've invited our guest on. Let me send them the link again so that they can get on here. I don't know what time they want to come on, but let's see. Mailer system, StreamYard link. All right. Let's invite again. We're going to invite people on. And again, thank you all for hanging with me. For those who wanted to for those who want to get on, we're going to send the link again. Copy. Listen, I'm multitasking over here, and I love every bit of it. I love every bit of multitasking. Every bit of doing it, because it shows your skill. It shows that you got what it takes. It shows you have what it takes to do what it is that you need to do. And that's what I'm doing. And I realize it's Saturday night and people are busy. But look, they signed up. They said they wanted to talk. But guess what? I'm not going to stay on here all night waiting for people to come on. I sure won't. I have to get ready for tomorrow. Myself. There we go. Okay. We still got the same 3 people hanging on in there. Let's see if I have any comments. Nope, no comments. For those of you who are on, thank you all very much for holding the fort down. Thank you right now. Just because you decided that you're gonna hang with me for tonight. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all hanging on tonight, saying, hey, I'm interested in what you got to say, or even what somebody else has to say. So, what about this question? What do you think about this question? If somebody says, if you don't mind me asking, you buy something brand new, and the first thing, and you show people, and the first thing they say is, if you don't mind me asking. Well, if I wanted you to know what that costs, I would have said, hey, I bought such and such, and man, it cost me this or cost me that. But if I don't mention the price, guess what? I probably do mind you asking. So the next time somebody shows you something they have brand new, don't say how much that run you, how much that costs. If you don't mind me asking, just say, wow, that's pretty nice. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is say, wow, that's pretty nice. You know my favorite word, man, that's another blessing. That's another blessing. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for another blessing that God has given me. Yeah, absolutely. Grateful for another blessing that he has given me. So somebody gets something, just say it. Hey, that's nice. Don't go that if you don't mind me asking. Personally, most of the time, I'm going to probably mind you asking. So just don't ask. Yeah, that's how. Let's say it. Let's just put it that way. Because one thing about it is we're going to be frank. And that's my makeup. Because you got to tell the truth. If you don't tell the truth, you're going to have to remember what you didn't say so that, when it comes repentance time, you're going to have to remember what you said. So, all right, folks. For those that said that they wanted to come on, I'm waiting for you all to come on. It's now 7:22. All right, we got 4 folk on. If you have an issue with the link, I just need you to let me know. And then that way I can make sure that you have the right link. Okay? Again, for the people who said that they want to participate, I need y'all to either text me, call me, or something to say, hey, who just came on and went off? Hey, here's our disclaimer. The views expressed in this broadcast are solely those of the speakers, presenters, or the guests and do not necessarily reflect those of DJ Straight. That's who I am, DJ Straight. Okay? Praise from the Closet or WGMLB Radio. Viewers should use their own judgment. PFTC. We lost somebody, y'all. Praise from the Closet broadcasts are intended for information, inspiration, and entertainment. Okay, into the broadcast, 202-322-2470. Let's remove this off. For folks who said that they wanted to be on, I need you all to come on or else I'm going to have to get off. Because people don't want to just hear me. People got on because they want to hear other people get on. So I need y'all to come on. If not, I'll be getting off. Because again, we put the information out there. And just for those who came on, hey, if you want to say something and you don't want your information or somebody to see what you said, this is what you can do. Email gospelmusicloversbuffet@gmail.com. Put your question in there. I'm brave. I'm bold. I'll go ahead and I'll read the question for you. Or if you want to get on the broadcast, send your email to 202-322-2470. And my mouth is getting dry already. Man, we got a whole another hour or something to go. So again, this is DJ Straight waiting on the folk. For those 2 people who are still on now, thank you for hanging in there with me. I appreciate that. We got a 3rd person that's back on now. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I didn't realize my head was sticking up. Okay. So, we got 4 people. For those 4 people that are on right now, I'm waiting for the people who said that they wanted to come on. I don't know where they are. So, how about this? While we're doing that, let me pose these questions to you all. What do you think about this? I stated earlier when people said, when you buy something, they go, what that run you? What that set you back for? How much that cost? Anybody ever come across that? Put your chat, you can put your comments on YouTube. I think I should be able to get them. Yeah, just to test. Go ahead and put your comments on YouTube. I don't like that question. And let's see if it shows up. Yeah, okay. That's good. So go ahead and put your comments on YouTube. We lost somebody else. All right, we got a comment right here. Oh, that was me. That was a test. I don't like that question. So I'm going to give the people until 7:45. Hey, Gabi K, could you say the question one more time? So one of the questions was, when you get something, when you buy something, and the first thing that people ask you, what that set you back for? How much you pay for that? What that cost you? My thing is, why can't you just say, hey, I like that. What you think? Thank you for tuning in, Gabi K. So what about that? What do you think about that question? Yeah. And how about this? How about, while I'm waiting for the people to come on, how about this question? This is my own one. How many of us think that, and I'm gonna get some heat back on this. Hold on, did I get any responses for how much that set you back for? Did I get anything back for that? Okay. What about this? I'm waiting for the people to come on. What about this? Right. One comment said, if I'm interested in buying it myself, I would ask. But at the same time, I know it can be uncomfortable. Well, this is the catch. If you want to buy it for yourself, do some research. For instance, when I did a project on my house, and I knew my neighbors wasn't going to buy anything, but they wanted to know first. They wanted to first know how much it costs. I said, well, it all depends on the size of your house. Then they wanted to know some other questions. And my thought is this. I research before I buy anything. I like to research, even the smallest thing. I want to research. So instead of asking somebody, oh, how much it costs, I might say, oh, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from? So where'd you get that from, or something else like that? But I think it's kind of inconsiderate to say what that set you back for. Would that run you back? I think it's kind of rude. So another thing, yeah. So thank you for commenting on that. Here we go. I'm sending out emails now. I'm sending this link out now. We get ready to get a guest. We get ready to get a guest. We're getting ready to receive a guest on. Another thing. What about this piece? What about this piece? We see this on Facebook all the time, and I'll probably get some hits for this, but I'm good. I can take it. Happy birthday. My Cash App is such and such, such and such, whatever. How come you can't just say happy birthday? What happened when there was no Cash App? If we want to send you some money, we're going to send you some money. But if we don't, it's okay. But, the fact that, and y'all, I'm going to get some hits for this, but the fact that you begging for money, come on now. Can't we just say happy birthday without seeing your Cash App? Because if we really want to give you some money, we're going to do it anyway. If we that tight with you, not only will we probably have your Cash App, but we're also probably going to have your home address. You might even get a card. I'm trying to fix my hair. You might even get a card with some money in there. How about that? How about that piece? Yeah. How about that? Come on, y'all. All right, we got 6 people on. I'm waiting. Okay, here we go, y'all. I got it. We got somebody coming on now. I'm waiting for them to get their thing together. Welcome to Pop On and Pop Off. A2X, how are you?
I am fine. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear. What are you jumping on
good.
with? Thank you for coming on. What are you jumping on with?
Oh, hey, I couldn't miss this. I mean, you do so much for the community. You do so much for our morale. You do so much for our spirit, our soul. There's no way in the world I could miss this opportunity to be a part of giving back and being a part of something so positive indeed.
Yeah. Well, we glad that you decided that you wanted to come in and join us and just tell us what you want to, this is called jump on, jump off.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. Go ahead. What you got?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, like, what is really at the center of things that are going on in the Black community? I know there's a lot of distraction out here, and it's by design. It's not distraction because there's distraction. it is by design. Now, I'm not an expert. This is what I'm thinking. This is what my research shows me. They want especially Black people to be distracted, to look that way rather than look another way. We should look another way. And what my focus is positive. What my focus is, it deals with our unity. And that is to continue to educate, share the knowledge of why we boycott Target, boycott Target. And DJ Straight, this boycott is really going well. It's
Good.
not being reported. It's almost like it's not going well, but it is going well for Black people, showing our power, our unity, and our strength when we decide to hold our money for a higher cause. And that's what the Target boycott is. It is to hold our money from the first corporation, which is Target, and to allow Target to understand our unity is our strength, and our strength and unity is working. Target has lost $2 to $4 billion.
Okay.
And that's not even everybody that has joined the boycott. But a lot of people don't know why.
Okay.
Why are you picking on Target? And that's a legitimate question. We're not picking on Target, but what are you doing this for? And what is the cause? And those are intelligent and the right questions that people should ask. So that's why on your platform, DJ Straight, on February 6th, you had the Reverend George Gilbert, who came on this very platform this month, Black History Month, a few weeks ago, and explained very articulately A to Z why, when, how, where, and what the results. What did Target do to have the Black community say, wait a minute, hold up, we're not going for that? And it's on your platform, February 6th, and it's only 30 minutes. It's just a 30-minute powerful program that explains what happened, why it's happening, and what every Black person should know, because there is strength and power in our unity, as it was in the 1950s when Rosa Parks, Dr. King, they boycotted. And it worked. It worked. So boycott gets the attention of those that are billionaires. When we stop spending because of something they did, not that we just woke up one morning and said, hey, let's just do anything. No, Target promised the Black community, Black newspapers, Black media, HBCUs, our colleges, they promised and then they reneged.
Hey, we were glad to have it. We listen, anything that's positive that's going to help the people. That's one thing about DJ Straight and WGMLB. We're going to speak the truth. Sometimes it might step on your toes. It might step on your hands. It might even step on your whole body. But we are accountable for speaking nothing but the entire truth. And if people have a problem with the truth, then they have a problem with themselves. Go back and look at the man in the mirror, because things don't make things. People make things. You know, I woke up this morning and I don't understand all the politics, but I started praying because I saw about this war thing. I don't understand all of that. So just like Target, yes, we are at a, we got to stick together when it comes to this. When it comes to all these subjects that people are going to come up with, especially, and thank you for talking about Target, because I wasn't aware of the statistics and how much that the boycott at Target was working until you came on with that interview. And I was like, that's great. So for those that are listening now, go back to YouTube channel DJ Straight and check out that 30-minute or 34-minute, it might have been 29 minutes, that interview with Nia 2X. and Pastor George Gilbert talking about the target, the boycott target, and the effect that it had. Because if it affects you, it affects you. And if it affects you, it affects you. And if it affects you, it affects your children and your grandchildren. So, jump on it. Listen, if you got some comments, go ahead and put them in YouTube. I'm still waiting for some other people to come on, but 2X, you got it. You jumping on, you want to jump on Target some more, jump on Target. Or what else does, who are you representing? What else you all have planned going on?
Well, let's see. We're coming out of the observation of Black History Month. And from my observance around the country, Black people did very well on social media, and they're doing it every day, unveiling this powerful history of Black people. It really doesn't matter if mainstream decide they're not going to tell our story, because if you break it down, it's our responsibility. It's not their responsibility to tell us what we have achieved and ABC. It is each Black person, their home, what you tell your children, what you read and understand yourself. We are a brilliant people. And the opposition or the mainstream, they've read our history and it blew them. Once they read that we are from royalty, that we had empires while they were in the caves. They were in caves crawling on all four. We're out here with children. When you read from the Mali Empire, Mali, children 13, 14 doing cataract surgery, eye surgery, brain surgery.
Hold on a second, 2X. We got a comment. The war is a distraction from Epstein and trying to mess up the upcoming elections. Absolutely.
I mean, it's a valid comment, but look at the extreme that they would go to kill innocent men, women, and children because whatever in those files.
Oh, absolutely.
Taking them under, that they would kill, murder.
Yeah.
For that type of distraction. And it is a distraction, but it's a very sad reality.
It's a sad reality. And it goes to show you what people will do anything to cover up on themselves. I watched the episode of Barnaby Jones this morning, and the sheriff was going around killing people. And yet he had all the information. Now, y'all know how old Barnaby Jones is, okay? But even back then, people was doing stuff to cover up. And they got more technology. Got one more comment. Here we go. Let's see. It said, Black history should be celebrated with us 365. Morgan Freeman was on The View Friday, and he said, so much Black history has been suppressed. And 2X, you're a big proponent of Black history because you did.
I teach Black history, and that's a true statement. Suppressed, it's so threatening to mainstream that they said, don't let us. They say if you're going to learn Black history, it won't be because we allowed the institutions to teach you. They know we're gods.
Check out this comment. It's true. People don't want to take accountability or responsibility. That's an absolute great comment. Since you don't want to piggyback off until the rest of these people get on, one thing I learned in 2000 was this word TNA. Now, I worked in payroll for years, and I thought it was called time and attendance. But Pastor Dina S. Jobs taught me something about TNA. She said TNA is truth and accountability. At some point in time, you're going to have to own up to the truth. Then at another point in time, you got to take accountability for yourself. I know people have done crazy stuff to us, but what are we doing in reference to that? Are we just sitting down and letting them walk over us, or are we going to stand up for ourselves?
Oh, just great questions. We have been under a control and don't realize it. We think we're free. We think we're moving through this maze that has been designed by top scientists. They know they're not dealing with little people or dummies. So they take the best. And when I say they, I'm talking about a system. I'm not talking about individuals with a different hue, because I can't judge people how they come out the womb of mother. That's God's decision. A person that comes out the womb of mother, whatever you're, light, bright, white, Asian, Hispanic, Oriental, that's God's decision. Dr. King was right. It is not the color of your skin. It is the content of character. Yeah. So people that promote and support racism and white supremacy, when you support that system, then that's who I'm talking about. Those that support it, those that uphold it. And so sad, they're not just Caucasians. They are the majority that hold up racism, white supremacy. But we have a lot of people from our own ethnicity that support the system of racism, white supremacy. Now, that's a whole different story, but the reality of that statement is true. So we're not aiming all at white people. There's some Caucasians that helped back in the day. Harriet Tubman, they actually helped the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's right. Some of them want to be in the Nation of Islam. But right now, the message from the Nation of Islam is to the black man. When Muhammad Ali held up the book, message to the black man. And this message has been here in America for over 90 years. But at one point in the future, it'll be for all people. But the message came to the black man and woman of America first. So this is not anti-Caucasian. This is anti-evil. Anybody can be evil. So if you're not evil, then we're on the same team. Right. And that is to promote peace, love, unity, respect, dignity, to promote a harmonious universe, a harmonious world. And you can be any color doing that. So it's not a narrow-minded viewpoint. But racism, white supremacy is owned, operated, and skillfully led by mostly Caucasians and mostly Caucasian males.
Yeah, that's a great point. God made that comment I just put up. God made all of us, and we're going to return to the dirt. I don't care what nationality. If your blood is not red, then something's wrong with you. You're not human. Okay? That's right. But we all going to return to the dirt, and we'll return to that dirt, whether you get buried or cremated, whether you spend $25,000 for your funeral, or you go to shortcut and spend $8,000. Or you at casket, I saw Jesse Jackson. I'm pretty sure that cost a pretty penny. But guess what? He don't know what color that casket is. And it was a beautiful casket, but at the end of the day, his ashes return to the ashes, right? So that's comment right. That was just sent, that's why we all should try to get along. Hey, if we can't, let's look at ourselves. Let's see what's going on.
And that was Dr. King's goal. If you look at Jesus, that was Jesus' goal.
Greetings.
You know, about all of us getting along. One thing the system of racism, white supremacy has accomplished is making Black people feel apologetic for standing up for being Black. You know, if we don't include everybody. If you look at other nationalities, let's go to Japan. Japan doesn't make any type of distinction that they love their Japanese heritage and culture. They've developed a language. It's called Japanese. They educate. They do things that promote their group. And what do they get out of that? They have an entire land.
People love Japan. I have some coworkers that love Japan.
I'm just using Japan. I mean, you can look at every nationality on the planet, but when you talk like that to Black people, the program that they have put into us in our psychic, in our brain. Oh, something wrong with her. She too black. She don't like white people. That is going on in their minds without realizing that's the plant. That's the subliminal plant. It has nothing to do with that being black and proud. And I say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud without apologies. And it doesn't mean I'm anti anyone. Correct. I love my black heritage. I'm so glad I was born black. I thank Allah all the time for allowing me to have this privilege and this honor and this blessing to birth me as a black woman. Thank you.
It's just like God. People throw the last name around. I'm a Hilton. I'm a Perry. I'm a this. I'm a that. At the end of the day, you still a human, and you still gonna bleed red blood, and we all gonna die out of here. The whole catch is where you going when you die. I'm gonna leave it at that. You only have two choices. There is no choice 2A, 2B, 3C, and 3D. So we all got to get along. And guess what? We're all gonna be accountable for the things that we said and that we've done to each other. So you're right. The first time I experienced racism was in Cherokee, North Carolina. I was with a friend of mine, college friend, went to go see her. And beautiful store, and the Bears they had glass around there. And the young little white girl, she wanted to go with me. She said, I want to be with Miss Land. Cool, girl, let's go. We went into some store and they were very rude. So my friend came and I told her what went on. And she was like, oh, Lynn, you taking it too far. And the little girl said, no, she was not. That lady was wrong. And so I told my friend, who was a really good friend, I said, listen, you don't know what it means to be black. You ain't never been black before. So you don't know what it means to have racism against you, open racism against you. And I spoke up. I spoke to the lady. I spoke to my friend, and I didn't care because we got a voice and we need to speak up, but not just speak up for black. We got to speak up for what's right. Speak up for what's wrong. It saddened me. About a month ago, I saw these children ganging up on this little boy coming from school, Kelly Miller Elementary School. About 20 boys ganging up on him. Called the police. 6D. I called out 6D. Lady wanted to know my name, what my phone number. I said, ma'am, please send the police down here. Well, ma'am, we need this information. I said, ma'am, they are beating this young man up. She want to know all this information. I just happened to flag a cop coming from down the street. And he says, I was just driving by and I explained to him, what was going on. And then he went to see the boys scatter. And then this other cop finally comes across the street. I called the school. I called Kelly Miller immediately. And yes, I'm calling the name out, Kelly Miller. I immediately called the name out. The lady answered the phone. I said, ma'am, I just witnessed this. I speak to the principal or the head security. Well, they're not here. Now, this is 3:58. So maybe they got an early day off. 3:58. I said, so ma'am, can you send me an email so I can send you the information, send you the video that I had. She never sent me the email address. So I went back and I looked and I said, you know what? It's not important. So I discussed it with several people. They said, they're not going to tell the people. They don't care. Comment, the worst racism is when we go against each other. Talk about that. That happens all the time. It happens on the job. It happens in the church. Sometimes it happens in your own family. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I want to comment on that because it is true. But you have to look at yesterday. You have to look at the Willie Lynch syndrome. We cannot ignore the centuries, not days, months, years, but centuries, not decades only, centuries of planning inside the black psychic. I mean, you got people today, they light bright and darn near white, and they really think that, hey, it's an advantage to that. Please open my door because
go ahead and handle your business.
Because the system of racism, white supremacy has designed that system. You got dark-skinned people today, they beautiful, they black and beautiful, but some kind of way a child is 3, 5, 7, 12, 22 and ashamed of being dark and beautiful. Where did that come from? That came from somewhere. You could go to Africa today. Beautiful black women are utilizing bleaching cream. Are they putting it on to get darker, or are they putting it on to get lighter? And then when you talk to those sisters in Africa, some of them will tell you they do love their beautiful black skin, but they notice that the women that get jobs, they're light skinned. These women are trying to take care of their families. They're trying to, this is a lot in South Africa. They're trying to survive. So right. Yes, it is a lot of black on black. There's no denying that. But where did the behavior come from? In other words, who threw the rock and hid their hand? If I throw a rock at you and you turn around and see me, actually, I didn't throw the rock. If somebody else throws a rock and hide their hand and you turn around and see me, now you and I are arguing. We are arguing without understanding that rock came from racism, white supremacy. That's why it's so important to know our history. We have to know the conduct that we have today.
Hold on to it. I got a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
That says that's also in Japan. Lighter skinned Japanese women are the celebrities in media most of the time. Whiter skin is also the goal, but you have many very brown Japanese people. So that's a worldwide thing, huh?
It is worldwide and taught to us eloquently, brilliantly by the late great Queen, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She was the one that helped me save my life because she gave me the understanding. The big question, she says, is why? Why are all these things happening? We see them happening, but we didn't get the understanding of why. And she brings that understanding. She left us in 2018, but she left a wealth of information. She was a practicing psychiatrist for children. And she found out just so much from her predecessor, Neely Fuller. And Neely Fuller passed in 2025. It could have been 2024, but I think it was 2025. And this is my point. That Neely Fuller was her predecessor. And he and she both said that racism, white supremacy is the most dominant system in the world today. It dominates all 9 areas of people's activity: economics, education, entertainment, law, labor, politics, sex, war, and it's one more, and religion. Racism, white supremacy. Dr. Welsing would tell us all the time, give them an A+ because they are successful in their evil. She taught at Howard University in the evenings, the second Thursday of each evening here in Washington, D.C., Howard U, HBCU, free. She would teach free the same subject for over 35 years, racism, white supremacy. So once I began and many others began to understand, and I wind up saying this, they both said, if you don't know racism, white supremacy, how it operates, why and how it functions, then everything else you think you know will only confuse you. So start reading Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, Welsing. She was from Chicago. She's all over the net now, the internet, and she's one to study to help us understand the system, not white people, the system of racism, white supremacy, how to counteract the system without raising your hands. We can counteract that system from their teachings.
Oh, okay. No, that's great. Matter of fact, we're reading this book, The 40-Day Fast, and it's talking about words that you speak. And it's pretty much saying that there's 6 areas of words where you focus: sarcasm, being critical, gossip, negativity, judgment, and there's another one. And I began to read this book, and I think it's going to be a very good book. But listen what I just said. I said think. So this man has written this book, and I'm pretty sure it's a good book. But he writes the book as from an issue that he went through, issues that he went through. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I'll get something out of there. But just because he said it, it doesn't make it the gospel.
Right.
And this is the thing. People take what they see on TV from these people saying stuff, and it just becomes the final word. One thing I learned through COVID, when I watched MSNBC and CNN, I never watched the news like that before. I got to look at that stuff, and it was, I think this is going to happen. I said, these news people, yeah, they're journalists. They went to school. They do a great job. But every time they started out with, I think, that lets me know that you probably have some doubt. And so either I need to listen or I might need to change the channel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's good. Let's see. No, the answers, I didn't have questions. Well, I'll put it this way. I personally can carry this conversation with a whole lot of topics that run through my head. Like for instance, I said, why we have to, when you put your post in your birthday, why we got to have your Cash App?
Say that again.
I said people be posting on Facebook and other stuff. It's my birthday. My Cash App is this. Bless me. Well, if I'm that tight with you, I probably got your address. If I want to put some money in the card, I'll do that. But I don't personally feel that every time something go on, you got to be showing your Cash App. She's begging. I'm responding to the text. So we had several people sign up, and I just sent this link out at least 3 times. But I'm not gonna get my voice dry, stand on here for a whole 2 hours. Okay, I thought you had something to say. I'm texting one of the people. I thought you had something to say. Yeah. So I'm multitasking. So what I'm saying, 2X, is we had people that were scheduled to come on. But if they don't come on, we're not going to prolong the time. I'm going to stay here for probably another 30 minutes.
Well, and you're the engineer. You're the leader. You know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So no, it's. I mean, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I always enjoy what I'm doing. I saw this. I saw this picture, and it had a 6 and a 9, and it had 2 people pointing at the picture, and they were both saying, whose fault is this? Is it a 6 or a 9? And that was a great picture. I'll try to find it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm multitasking. Yeah, so 2X, you can stay on, as they say, jump on, jump off. You can stay on. I'm going to get some other topics. And
I was going to, like, if somebody else comes on, I'll be glad to, jump off, because you let me stay on this long.
You don't have to jump off.
I'm going to follow your lead. Whatever you say, This is a wonderful idea. You come up with such fantastic, creative ideas. So I'm challenging. Somebody else is coming on. They're coming on.
Hey, They're more than welcome to come on.
Yes, ma'am.
They
Yes,
are.
ma'am. It's a
They
family affair. This the family coming together.
exactly.
You know, just talking about issues from our own perspective, because
Yeah.
so many times people are telling us what to think, how to think. You don't have an independent thought. We go with the crowd. Everybody said. And then when you have an independent thought about a subject, you cower down. You don't say anything
Right.
because it's not the popular opinion, and you are thinking independent. But an independent thinker is a successful person.
Oh,
uh, the,
absolutely.
the father of Black history, of course, is Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who wrote
Absolutely.
16 books. And in his book, his most famous book, The Miseducation of the Negro,
Uh-huh.
he said in that book, and it stands true today, that when a man or woman, he said, when a man can control your thinking,
Yeah.
he doesn't have to worry about your actions.
Nope.
You know, we're really being manipulated by that same system.
Right.
And the sad part, scary if you will, is we don't think we're being manipulated. Don't nobody have my mind. Really?
Right. Right.
Really? Up. He's got the challenge.
Oh yeah, no. You can stay on.
Brother
You can
Glennis.
jump on, jump off. We got. Go ahead. You're on. Is that Glennis? Hey, Glennis, you are on.
I'm gonna mute myself.
No, you can listen. Listen. The whole catch of this is people coming on and hear something and they can comment.
I've been on, but I was on the tablet. I had to get on the computer to
Oh,
get on.
okay.
Oh, that's
Well,
Sister
welcome.
Glennis.
Yeah, I heard your conversation and everything, and I agree with you. When they come down, when the people put on their happy birthday, this is not whatever they give me money. I think it's rude
Uh-oh.
and it's poor taste.
Say it.
And I really do. And like I just told somebody else, when another thing I think is so rude that people do is when somebody pass, they can't just say I'm sorry, or they want to know, well, what happened?
Yeah.
How they want the whole 9 yards
And they ain't even
instead
sending
of
no
just
flowers.
being there. Sometimes they don't have to say. So a lot of times you don't need to say anything, just be there.
Right.
But
Right.
I hate it when they, and another thing I'm talking about, I don't like Facebook no way, but I also hate it when they put these little kids on there dancing and using bad language and everything. And, and then they want to say, and I've heard this expression that we were okay until we integrated. No, we were okay until we stopped training our kids.
Right.
Until we stop making them think they're so cute and then everything they do is okay, and it's not.
Right.
And the same thing for adults.
Right.
So you don't have to. It's like I used to tell my kids, and I still say, somebody else jump off the bridge. You don't have to jump off the bridge to
Right.
see how they feel.
That's right.
And when you talk to people, look them straight in the eye. You don't have nothing to hang your head for.
Right.
And I remember when she was talking about the Muslims. I'm old enough that I remember when Malcolm X was around, and he really did teach the white devil. And Louis Farrakhan, came back. He went over there and came back, and he was an entirely different person than what he had been taught. And I think that's, and I look now at this, and this junkie's still around, and it's with everybody, because I looked at the new mayor of New York, and everybody wanted to focus on him. But they never said anything. Okay, it was 3 people that used the Bible. The Jewish guy used the Jewish Bible.
Okay.
The Black guy used his father's Bible. The New York new mayor, he used the Quran because that's what he studies.
Right.
And everybody wants to focus on that. My thing is, you know what? I don't care what you are, black, green. And I've always told my kids this: I don't care if a person is black, green, purple, or green. What's in the heart gonna come out.
That's right. That's right.
And until that, if that heart is not right, I don't care what color you are, it won't make any difference. And I'm telling this young guy, I know now, he's looking for a church, and I said, okay, I know you're looking for a church, but if you go to that church and that minister start talking and preaching, and you can't back up what he said when you open your Bible, then you need to find somewhere else.
Right. You can't find it in black and white and red.
Nope, not at all. And I got told somebody, I don't care. I mean, it has never bothered me. Um, Even though I grew up in segregation, it didn't bother me until I came to Washington D.C. And then it didn't even bother me because, like I tell the kids, you know your worth. Nobody can take you know
Oh
who
yeah.
you are and what you are, and hold your head up high. Nobody can take your worth away from you.
That's right. Wow,
And
we get some
don't even try
good
to take up
comments on
anything.
YouTube.
Because even when I was raising my granddaughter, I had to tell them, lady, because I forgot what y'all called it. Because I don't pay that junk all that attention. Um, um, if black people had started talking something, and she wanted to know, well, I told my granddaughter, you speak right, you speak English correctly. I don't want that,
Slang. You talking about
yeah,
Ebonics?
like, Ebonics or whatever they were talking. Don't bring that here. And she said, this lady said to me, "You just trying to make her talk white." I said, "She's not talking white. She's talking proper English." And I have a little great granddaughter now coming to see me, and I was telling my sister last night, I don't talk baby talk. She's just turned a year old. I don't talk
That's
baby
right.
talk to her because she's not gonna talk that way when she get older. I talk to her just like I'm talking to you.
That's right.
And that's why I think we have gone. I mean, integration didn't do it to us because we were, you know what, we were segregated within ourselves even before integration came along. We did it
That's
to
right.
you. We doing it to ourselves.
I've heard you share your story about how you got the job at the post office and what you was one of three people back then,
Yeah,
or was
two, one or two.
one or two people back then. And how old are you?
I'm 86.
She's 86, 2X. So she got some history now. She been
Oh
around.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Let's
I'm
create.
blessed. I'm
You get some
86.
true wisdom now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You see me listening?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
how I learn. I listen, I learn.
No, and that's what I was telling somebody today. And they were talking about Jesse Jackson. And I said, well, I lived through Jesse Jackson. I lived through them walking and burning the bridges and burning the buses, and it wasn't a pleasant time. And if we don't watch it, we'll go back to that. But it's up
Uh-huh.
to us to not go back there.
Right. That's right. That's why it's so important. As 2X was talking about the Target thing and all these other things that people are raising issues with. We can't just sit back and say, well, that don't affect me. It might not affect you today, but if we keep letting this stuff go on, it's going to affect you tomorrow. It's going to affect your grandchildren, your
But
nieces, your
that's what I told
nephews,
somebody.
next door neighbor.
Yeah, I got my kids are grown. I got great grandkids coming up. And I might leave this world any day, but I sure don't want to leave it the way it is now for them.
Right. Yeah, because the thing about it is closed mouths don't get fed. That's
And I,
one thing I like about what's her name, Jasmine Crockett. She speaks up.
oh, I do too. She's mean what she says. She said what she means. She means what she say.
And she
And
got
I hear
facts.
something like that too. Because you know what? I don't care who don't like it. And all these people that are saying
Turn the whole light out.
that y'all's president is such a good Christian. I doubt them. I'm more afraid of them than I am of him.
Right. Right. Because you know what he's
And
not.
that includes black, white, blue, and green, and everything.
Right. That's right. Hey, I completely agree. Oops, I didn't mean to show that one. But yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I like this platform, because I I have to stand for truth. I have to stand for what's right. And so if you come on this channel, you might not be popular. We might not get 250 live streamers at that time, live views at the time, whatever. And even if people go back, but one thing that I can say is all the guests that have come on here or future guests that come on, they gonna tell the truth. But guess what? I removed them from the studio so fast they think it was still Sunday or still think it's Christmas time. And here we are gonna be in April because I'm accountable for what goes across this screen. And I gotta be mindful of what I let on and what I let off. I open this platform so that people could get on here because I get texts of people say, "Oh, I got something to say," or "I want to be on." Sent the flyer out for what? Maybe about a week now, and we've got people who've been commenting, which is great. You all came on, which is great. But one thing that bothers me are cowards. You say something behind closed doors or you do something and you get a platform or somebody, I tell people, don't come to me and say, "Oh, this person said," "Oh, they said that." Or some people go, a lot of people are, you got two people in your ear and you call that a lot. Give me those two names. Because see what I want to do? I want to put those two names together with whoever else. So see, there's always going to be a truth somewhere. And I'm about truth. Period. Because if I don't tell the truth, I gotta remember what I said that wasn't true. So if somebody asks me, I gotta be able to come back and say, "Oh, yeah, I said this, whatever." But no, I'm enjoying the conversation with 2X and Aunt Glennis. I'm enjoying it. Because,
me too.
Yeah, because what we have are people who who have worked hard for where they are. The guy commented on the stream yesterday that 2X did on Friday about how hard she works, for the different people that she's doing. And I found this right here. Stay away from people that still STILL, still living in the past, still losers, still not making an effort, still complaining. I always tell people, if you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, then stop complaining. You can observe, still broke, still making excuses, still hating. My mom used to still making excuses. My mother used to say excuses are only good for those that are giving it. That's different than a reason. But people always got excuses for something. Anybody want to comment on this? Anybody on YouTube or any of you all want to comment on any of these subjects right here?
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
No, well, no, because I talk all the time. But I was just thinking because even years ago, and don't tell me young people, because your age has nothing to do with it. Because even when I was younger, I realized you pick your company, who you associate with, and you're known by your company. And you stand for what you stand for. And even years ago, when I said, they talk about white folks holding us back. It's black folks that hold each other back. Because as long as you can sit, they're like roaches. The minute they think you're going to get something above them, okay, I'm just using this for example. As long as you can say, struggling paying your rent and getting food, I don't know what I'm going to do. They can carry on the conversation with you. But the minute you start doing something, educating yourself, and don't have if you come in this and you'll say, "Well, how you going? How is things going?" And you say, "I'm blessed. I'm good." They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, like you said, they do want to live in the. Well, I could do this, but And I'm dealing with a young lady now, and I don't talk because I said, like I told her, with me, you either own the pot or off the pot. Ain't no I'm going doing it. You've been doing it going to do for years.
Uh-huh.
She likes to cook, and she wants to get into doing catering stuff. Well, get off your butt, excuse me, get off your butt and go to school and get something under your belt. So you have something to offer the people.
Oh,
And, nobody's going to hand it to you. You have
yeah.
you have to do something yourself. And I even found that even after when I retired several times, but when I retired, and I thought, now what I'm gonna do, and I went back to school, and people thought, oh my God, you're going back to school. But this lady told me years ago when she retired from teaching, she said, you know what, I'm doing it for myself,
Uh-huh.
not for anybody else. She said something I always wanted to do, and I'm doing it for myself. But then when I decided to go back just to go to work, I didn't have to, but I decided, well, the Lord put me somewhere to work.
Uh-huh.
And it was amazing when the people found out that I was going to school. They act like I had
Committed a
this.
crime.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't want to be bothered with them. At lunchtime, I was in my books. Don't come to me. Like one lady every night, she wanted to come to me and say, I wonder where my husband is. Well, I don't know what I call the house, but don't bring that junk to me. I'm busy. He just where you met him,
Uh-oh.
And I ain't know, and I'm not no garbage can. I ain't got time for that.
Right.
And then they they thought I was selfish, but like I told them, you know what? When I came here, I don't take you home with me, and I don't bring home here. So call me what you want, but I don't want to be bothered. And they'll say, well, we're family. No, we're not family. And I don't care. I'm always been that way. Even in my young age in high school, I didn't have a lot of. I hear people talk about my girlfriend through high school. I had one, and she was my cousin
Mm-hmm.
because it was just not. Well, I know I got to say, and it's terrible, but I always say when cats. I don't like cats because cats remind me of women. A
Well, I
dog, you
got
can
5
pet
cats next door to me, so trying to get rid of them.
No,
But I ain't gonna
yeah,
say that piece.
no, because you can pet a dog and you can say go somewhere and sit down and everything else. That dog gonna still come back to you and want to be petted or want to see like you and stuff. You can pet a cat all you want, but the first chance you're gonna get, he's gonna scratch you.
Sure. I'm not trying to get that close. 2X was getting ready to say something. Were you 2X? You get ready to say something about the flyer that I put up, right? The poster.
Oh, what the excuses?
Yeah.
Which one? I mean, it really spoke for itself.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something else that you were going to say.
It was it's a true statement. If I said anything out of the scriptures, our people, and that's anyone, suffer. That word suffer. We suffer. We suffer for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't want to read. They say you want to hide something. It's a sad statement. Just put it in the book. But we don't want to read. So it means that our suffering, we make do with it. Because we have this obstinate position about reading. And I'm not meaning reading on your telephone. I mean reading a book that many people left for us to get the answers that we're looking for today. But if it's not on social media, if it's not a movie, picking up a book does something to the brain that a movie can't do. Reading is thinking, and thinking is learning, and then you grow. You grow into what? Knowledge. Our people suffer for a lack
Of
of
knowledge.
knowledge. You
Uh-huh.
might be educated, but education and knowledge is not the same thing. If they were, they wouldn't have two different words. To break it, education is when you learn something. You're being educated on it. But knowledge means you know. And an easy example is if you take a child 2 or 3 years old, they're learning, you're educating the child. Your name is Jamal. He's 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And come here, Jamal. He hears his name because he's learning. He's learning. He's learning to speak. He's learning and relate to Jamal. You're educating him. But at a certain age, what's your name? He don't have to think about it. Jamal. He has the knowledge. He knows his name.
Uh-huh.
So knowledge and education is two different paths that maybe meet the same. I think knowledge is far more because the scripture
I do
says
too.
that our people suffer. So if we're out here suffering, we're suffering. Why should I vote? We're suffering. Why should I boycott Target? We're suffering. We don't want to do the basic or develop a basic good habit. If you look at all the successful people in the world, those that are here and those that have gone on, they got you see them, they got libraries sitting behind them when you see them online. They read. So reading is a fundamental, and if we develop that habit again, start off small. It could be comic books, whatever. Your brain is doing something different when you read. And when we're not reading, that part of the brain is like you're not going to the gym. It starts relaxing,
Yeah, there it
relaxing.
is.
It becomes weaker, and it's not built up where it opens up for you to want to even read more, because that reading will give us the
Mm-hmm.
understanding that we deserve as a humanity. It's all in the books. And
There it
that's
is.
what
Hosea 4 and 6. That's the scripture you're referring to.
which one, ma'am?
Hosea 4 and 6. That's what you're referring to. Mm-hmm.
In a King James version, I read King James version. There are many other versions, but I stick
Yeah,
with
yeah.
King James.
I do
That's the
too.
one I started with.
Right, right.
You take one word and change it.
You got New Century, New Living
Act like,
Translation. Yeah.
you act like that one word, it doesn't alter
But it does.
what it definitely does. It definitely. So I stick with King James. That's the one I was introduced to, and that's the one grandma and great grandma used. And we can see that they were some strong people. They were strong in the word of God. They are our foundation. And a lot of them didn't have education, but they had knowledge. They knew how to go out in the woods and get something to take care of that cold. They didn't go to school, but they knew how to take care of with that castor oil or whatever they needed. They had knowledge.
Look at the comment right there, y'all. More research is also coming out that reading levels are lower among Gen Z and students who switch to tables and technologies in school versus having that, like we learned, that one-on-one interaction with our teachers and other students.
It's very dangerous. I mean, they don't use cash registers. You just grab your phone, let the phone add it up.
And they can't
on my phone.
They can't even give you change after that stuff.
That means that portion of the brain goes soft. It's not being utilized. And from what people are saying, I don't know if it's true, if we're only using 3% of this magnificent creation that God created, the brain, and we're only using 3 to 5%, imagine if we could utilize 5 to 7% of this magnificent brain. We used to live, Methuselah was how old? 900.
900.
The sun went around like it goes around now, 900 something times. They ate better. They just far different. This AI can be extremely dangerous if you just fall for it. This is not smart, but somebody told you to think this is a smartphone. So what do you call it? Smartphone. No, it's not.
It's
It
not.
is not smart.
It's
It
a
is a
spy.
computer. The smartness is your brain, not this machine. This machine is programmed to a lot of information, and it came from a brain or brains. It's not smart, y'all. It's just a phone.
And half of the stuff on there isn't even true. But you know, the thing is that well, everything now they want to. I was telling somebody they've changed so much. Everything. Okay, I wouldn't say I had a rough time coming up because I was blessed, but the times were different. Now whatever they call these generations now, they think they got it made. God
Yeah.
didn't get that job; they got it. God didn't give them anything; they did it themselves.
Ooh.
You know,
Yeah.
and I blame. Okay, I blame almost. I want to say my generation and below, because we stop talking to the kids, and people think I'm hard on kids, but I'm not hard on them. Like I told my great grandson when he came to visit me, you going into the 6th grade, but you know your timetables. Well, they use them computers, and I said, while you here, you gonna learn your timetables. I don't care if I wake you up 12 o'clock at night. I want you to be able to tell them. Do you know he went back to school and he called me and thanked me for that because it helped him in math. And I know when my son was in school and he brought a problem home and nobody could figure it out, and I said, well, I got a conference with that teacher. I asked him and he said, I said, show me how to do this problem so I can show my son. He said, all you had to do was go on the computer and you'd have saw the problem and answer and everything.
Wow.
And I said, no wonder the kids aren't learning anything. You don't even know yourself.
Right.
And that's not what I'm looking for. I told him that's not what I'm looking for. How are you going to teach something that you don't know?
Right. That's
And I
all.
told him that the other day, we need to start. I do talk to the kids. But people need to. I don't mind. I don't want to be grandma to everything but grandma. I don't mind being a grandma because I'm charged to be a grandma and talk to the kids. Let them know that. I mean,
Wisdom, common sense stuff too.
huh?
I
And they
said
listen.
wisdom and common sense.
And they listen. Believe it or not, they listen. And my little great granddaughter, I got her. I started keeping her. She wasn't even 6 weeks old. And
Yeah. Thanks for everybody that came on. We got one more person coming on. Excuse me for the comments in YouTube. If y'all get a chance, I hope they stay on. Got some really great comments. They said, thanks for the great conversation. Shout out to the host. Well, always God be the glory for a great show, just straight and real talk. Absolutely. Yeah, we got one more person coming on. They want to talk about repurposing. So y'all can keep talking because this is 8:30. I'm gonna go off in a little bit. But I if y'all like this, this was a test because I'm thinking about doing this again.
I think it's a good idea. We need a dialogue. We need to speak like this. We need to be able to, if I say something that somebody doesn't agree with,
yeah,
I should be able to accept their disagreement and listen to their perspective without the emotion of we should dialogue. Nobody knows it all except God. So we're always finding our way. And when you listen, you learn. And the conversation is speak And listen, so other
Right.
people have different perspectives and different experiences. Don't get angry because I don't see your point at that time. I might go away. It could be a month later, and your conversation comes back to me, and you
Yeah.
were right. But at that time,
Whew.
the way I respond to you in respect, see, we get emotional. We start growling on the inside. Everybody's supposed to agree with everything I say. That's not reality.
We need truth.
You know,
There you go. You think you
and that
telling the
is
truth.
so
I think
true.
I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
That
But
is
it's
so true.
how. Oh, go ahead, ma'am.
No, I was gonna say you just said a mouthful because even in Bible study about a month ago, a question came up, something came up, and of course I am who I am,
That's right.
and I stated how I felt about Okay, the thing was, my thing is, okay, say you need something, if I can help you, I'm gonna give it to you. It's between you and I, nobody else. But if you giving it and everybody know you did it, and then and anyway, I just said, if you didn't get it from the heart, you shouldn't have done it. And if that person was in need, everybody should not have known that she was borrowing money from everybody. And so that one other night in Bible study, the lady says, because I'm online, they don't see me, but it doesn't matter even if I was in person. And she said,
That's right.
I don't know who that lady was. I thought I've been thinking about what that lady said from Texas. I'm not in Texas. But she said, and I said, okay. And I knew she was talking about me. But and she said, it made her think. Because that's the way I am. You can ask me something. Okay. I don't care if it's $1. Either I give you that dollar or I loan you that dollar. If I loan that dollar to you, I expect you to pay it back. If you don't pay it back, you can't come again.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
not gonna tell Lynn and everybody else, so and so
Right.
borrowed $1 off me and didn't pay it back. And that's
Right.
what they were doing to this lady at work.
Wow. Hey, I got somebody else that jumped on, but yeah, I agree with you. If you're gonna do it, do it. Well, it all depends on circumstance and who it is. I'm just gonna be real. Because if you get $1 from me and you go and buy $50 tennis shoes, I got a problem. But anyway, and Vanessa, you jumped on. You got something to say?
It's on a totally different subject.
It's okay. That's what jumping off is about. We don't want to on top of the same thing. You
Hello, everybody.
Hey, man.
How are you doing, Aunt Glennis?
I'm fine.
Good. And Miss Nia
2X.
2X, yes. DJ Straight. I was watching on YouTube, and I didn't have anything to say, but then I thought, oh, okay, I could share this. This is what I did today. My daughter and I went to the store and she bought these little peppermints. And so normally when I come home, I like to put things in containers, certain things. So, you know how you take your candy to church or wherever? I thought, oh, she was putting them in her container and then there was some left over. And I said, oh, I have something. So I went and got one of these little medicine things.
The pill bottle?
A pill bottle. And the peppermint fit right in there.
Listen.
And so I thought, when I put this in my purse, they'll stay in here. And I won't have candy just floating all over my purse. They'll be in my medicine bottle.
Now, that's a great idea. Now you know your mother. Here's a pill bottle right here full of wipes. Because your mother kept everything in pill bottles.
Okay.
I do too.
Cut them in half and you put them in there. Safety pins. We got lots of pill bottles.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. And then, and she, of course, she didn't want to do it. And I thought, if you were a little girl, you would love this idea. So I'm going to put this in my purse. So when somebody asks if I have candy, I don't have to go fishing for it somewhere. It's already self-contained here. And so after I thought about that, I thought, oh, I have other ideas too. When I used to wear a Fitbit, and I ordered an extra band from Amazon because I like gold. This is the package that it came in. And so after I take the band out, when I travel, I put my thumb drive in there, or I take my earpiece out at church and I put it in there so it doesn't get lost in my purse, or
Mhm.
you know, the little rubber part doesn't come off.
Mhm.
So
Great
I
idea.
I like repurposing things. Here's another thing. This is a Mary Kay, you know, thing for your face,
Mhm.
but it was empty. So when I was working at the church, when COVID started, they came into our offices because the church was shut down. They came into our offices and took our hand sanitizer off of our desks. Well, normally nobody goes in your office, but they thought that the church had purchased this hand sanitizer, but I purchased my own from the Dollar Tree. Mine was green. So everybody got to work on Monday and they're like, what happened to my hand sanitizer? And
Mhm.
so the girl said, oh, well, we came and got it. I said, but that was mine. Everybody else was like, I bought that myself. So they apologized, and we got to pick out our own. So I thought that won't happen again. So I had this empty bottle,
Mhm.
my Mary Kay, so I could put my
Mhm.
hand sanitizer in it, and I set that on my desk so I know it
Mhm.
won't disappear.
Right.
Mhm.
In case somebody accidentally
Mhm.
borrow it.
Nobody, right. And it's just enough. So you just refill it when it doesn't get clogged or anything. You just refill it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another thing I liked, this
Repur-
was
We're gonna
repurpose.
repurpose this conversation because it's been great. Go ahead.
This is a little container. When we go to South Carolina, Hilton Head Island every year. So
Mhm.
we go to the Riverwalk, except this past year we didn't. But this had like little tic tac things in there, little tiny little mints. And they had a little peach flavor because I like peach. But it's empty. So I had these candy canes that I bought for Christmas. And so I broke up the candy cane and put
Mhm.
these things in here.
Mhm.
And also, I can put that in my purse. In fact, this is the one I had in my purse.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to put
Mhm.
this one in there. So I have a piece of candy, again, that's not all over my purse.
Mhm.
I have this one, Gabi got off, but this is something when she was here, she used to go to these dietitian conferences, and they
Mhm.
gave the almonds in here, you know, one of
Mhm.
the sponsors. But I thought, oh, I can put my
Mhm.
little oil in here. And so it keeps it contained, and it fits in my purse.
Mhm.
I like those kind of little things.
Mhm.
Hey, that's what makes you happy.
These little containers, my children go out to eat a lot. And so they go to Moe's. I don't know if you've heard of that Mexican restaurant, and they get these little sauces. So sometimes I keep these and clean them out. So if I make a lot of sauce, like I made some homemade guacamole or avocados when they were in season, I cut it
Uh-huh.
up, put it in here, and I can freeze it. So when I want to, I just take out a portion size of
Mhm.
it. Um, this was candy that came in here. So when I clean off my desk, I need somewhere to put stuff. I just throw it in here and
Mhm.
go through it. Two more.
Can you repurpose people?
Yes. You know what? I was looking at this
I
lady.
got some folk I might need to repurpose because they ain't working right.
I was looking at this lady on YouTube. Her name is Nona Jones, and she had this. She was interviewing this guy, and he said, um, "The mind is for renewing, and the heart is for healing." So yes, you can repurpose people,
Mhm.
and they can repurpose their mind by renewing it on the word of God. Okay. And the Lord can heal our hearts and repurpose our hearts and get those going in a
Mhm.
different direction. Okay. So
I
this
wasn't going
thing,
that deep.
huh?
I wasn't even going that deep.
What you asked. So
That's right, though.
They, hey, look, we tell the truth, right?
Right?
this thing is over 10 years old, but this, you get the little coffee in here. But in this one, I kept the container because I like it. And you know how you get business cards or cards from the store?
Mhm.
Everybody has a card.
Mhm.
So I put
Mhm.
them
Mhm.
in here, keep them contained, and then I can put
Mhm.
those in my desk drawer. And you can
Mhm.
put contact paper on there if you want to. I just don't. Now, everybody recognizes these. This is what you get your spices in.
Uh-huh.
And so after I get my spices in here, I clean it and I buy the big bags of nuts or something. So after I clean it, I can put my almonds in here and put them in the pantry, and you just take out what you need, because you already have your little flaps. Take out one or two. So tasty too, Vitamix mix.
Okay, Lucy.
This was the coffee creamer. And so I cleaned it after it's empty. I cleaned it. These are my grits in here. And they pour right out of here, and it's already decorated with the red top. And then in the you can see through it just so you can see what it is. But if you have something that you can't see through, I bought these labels, and you write on them with a white pen, and you can put it on there. So that's what I had to share.
But thank you for jumping on. You can jump on, you can jump off. That's what I like the topic show. You got something to say, jump on, jump off, stay off. Or if you think about it, you jump off and you got something else to say. One thing about the link is reusable for the whole time that we're going to be on. So I'm going to be really thinking about this if I want to do it once a month or once every other month, because I realize summertime is coming up. People are busy. And how many hours are we from New Mexico? 2 or 3 hours?
Oh,
New Mexico?
Two hours.
Flying?
Two.
No, she's in New Mexico.
Time.
Oh.
2 hours. I'm 2 hours.
2 hours behind. Okay.
Behind you.
Okay. So, yeah, because I know that people are getting busy, and as the weather gets nicer, of course, out west, it's always nice for the most part. It was 92 in Phoenix today. Like, woo! They can handle it.
It was a nice day. I've been outside most of the
day. Yeah. But for Phoenix, that means probably in a couple of weeks it's gonna go up to 100 because they get that weather out there like crazy. They can have it. But I like this idea, and the only thing I can do is put the flyer out, and people say, "Hey, I want to come on," and we follow instructions, and text the number, and I put you on, and I don't mind people sharing. I had some guy sent me this long message. I was like, I'm not going to put that on there, but you can come on and talk about it, but he didn't do it. So maybe the next time he'll come and do it. I wasn't going to read it. Shoot. I said, I'll read a little bit. I wasn't going to read all of that stuff. And then, I had one person, I wanted them to send an email about, they had a situation at home. And I said, hey, this is a great platform if you want to discuss it, or you can hear people that can, tell you something about it, but they didn't respond. But yeah, no, we're wide open. We're wide open. Yes.
I have another question just to ask the people who are on here and on YouTube too, if you want to chime in. Okay, so I had a discussion with someone, I don't know, a week and a half ago.
Got a name, call a name. No, I'm just playing.
And we were talking about being on time. And so one person said, if you're supposed to be somewhere at 8:00, then you should be, say you need to be in your office. One person said, if you're to be at work at 8:00, you need to be in your office by 8:00, ready to work, not on the parking lot, not, just walking through the building. If your office is on the 6th floor, you need to get there in time enough to get up to your office and be prepared to work by 8. The other person said, if I'm in the building at 8:00, I'm at work. I don't have to be in my office, but if I'm showing my badge at 8:00, I'm at work. Some people think if they're on the parking lot at 8, they're at work. And it was like, no, you need to be in your office prepared to work if you're supposed to be there at 8. So what's your opinion on that? If you have an opinion.
Well, the airport says that the plane is going to fly at 8 a.m. And if you are on the airport ground and if you're not on the plane, that's why they board early, because the schedule is to leave on time, because they have another schedule to connect with, to leave on time. So it's really a matter of disrespect when I'm late. I'm not good at being late. I'm striving to be far better. But 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. You are supposed, if they tell you to be there at 8, and you know you're a person like me, it's best to be there quarter to 8. For me,
That's free time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
And
gives me a time to settle down. It gives me a time to be prepared. At 8 o'clock, I am where I am supposed to be. Not getting there tonight. 7 o'clock was the beginning of this Zoom. I broke my neck. Well, I didn't break my neck, but I kept telling people it starts at 7. Oh, can you do this? Nope. I got to do something at 7. I think I got on at 7:21. I was stressed because I want to respect DJ Straight. She is one of the most respectful, reliable, supportive, honest, dependable. And now it was my turn to give back and do,
that's you. Okay.
And do the same. So I didn't make it at 7, but I couldn't be 2 places at one time.
That's right.
And she told me that it was going to go on, but I wanted to make sure I was here to support her. So for those people that say I'm coming through the gate, I'm doing you a favor, I'm here. It's not, you're not doing them a favor. 8 o'clock, if you're being paid at 8 o'clock and you're not there, then you're just not right. You're supposed to be in your chair or on the line or wherever you're supposed to be. So leave a little early. So, maybe that'll help you. It certainly helps me. That's my opinion. I think that was a great question too, sister.
It is. And, I think it goes back to, like I say, because I've had so many different jobs, and I always say it. I don't care what job I had, I was representing God, and he put me where he needed me to be. And these people now don't give God credit for putting them on the job. They feel like everybody owes them, they entitled, and so they don't even try to do what's right. And people give excuses for them. Like when I was working, and this one person called in all the time, and they made excuses, and I just said, and they want you to fill in. I just said no, because either she want the job or she doesn't.
Okay. Well, this comment said, I'm going to be 30 minutes early because I don't like rushing. For some reason, people, for some people that works. I know a lady, she had to be at her job 30 minutes early because she had to go in the cafeteria and get a bun or whatever, and then she clocked in. I'm going to speak for me personally. If I got to be at work at 8 o'clock, I get off that metro, I walk 5 minutes, I go through that door, it's 8 o'clock, I'm already on the clock. I'm on the job. And then take another 5 minutes to ride that elevator, wait for the elevator to come and get to my desk or my office. I am not willing to give an extra 15 minutes in the morning or extra 15 minutes at night. If my tour duty is 8 to 4:30, I'm gonna give you 100%, 8 to 4:30. I'm not giving you 7:59 or 4:31. I got other stuff to do. So,
see, I think if that's a part of your commute because they don't pay you for your commute. So if you're not in your office or ready to clock in at that time, you're on your way, you're still commuting. And so, like the rest of you said, you need to be right there in position. And on Glenn, she said, you're representing God wherever you are. And that's true. So yeah, you got to be there. Get there early. Uncle Jarvis, our Uncle Glenn's brother, our uncle, he says, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're already late.
Well, next time he come on Zoom, I'm gonna see how early he is.
Yeah, he said, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're already late. I like that.
Yeah, well, it's different stuff for different folks.
Oh yeah, I just put the question out there. because
Okay, but look, she said, now this is the same person said, I'm gonna be 30 minutes early. They said, now I'm busting out the door. It's time to go home.
Look, I'm busting out the door. Right.
but
They're
she
the
did
first one out.
when it's time to go. She didn't say she was leaving early. She said when it's time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's difference.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when it's time to go home, it may be 5 minutes after the time because it depends on what you're doing or what kind of job you have.
And see,
then,
that's the key right there. Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm gonna give you 100% from the time I'm supposed to be there. I'm not giving you nothing 15 minutes early, and I ain't give you 15 minutes late.
Yeah, when I come in early, I'm
Mm-mm.
not going to work. I'm like where when 8 o'clock comes, then I'm at where I'm supposed to be. But what about those people like I'm on a job and I'm getting ready to go home and I have to wait for the person to come relieve me, and it's 5 minutes to 8. I'm just praying that they come because hey, I got to go to my daughter's recital tonight. I'm depending on
Yep.
the professionalism of my co-worker to be on time, or if not, give me a call.
Right,
Say,
common
I'm
courtesy.
stuck in traffic. You know, they don't even know I have the recital. Professionalism
And they don't need to know.
makes me dependable that they're going to come in on time, but they get in when they 20 minutes late. There's no apology. They're
Mm-hmm.
complaining about something, or they looking at me like, you know what? And I'm late for my daughter's recital, not because of my fault, but because someone else decided that, you know, at least an apology or an explanation, something.
They got
just
one
rude.
time.
It's rude and it's wrong.
Right. They got one time to do that.
Uh-oh.
And after that, I'm gonna talk to the supervisor because, like you said, you don't have to tell them you're going to your daughter's recital. You could
Right.
be going to the bathroom to scratch your tail. But if
Right.
they need to be, if they're supposed to be there at to relieve you, then they need to be on time. I have left a couple of receptionist desks because the people didn't show up after me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that's between the supervisor and that employee. Because
That's
then
what
you
I
be
feel
That's true.
inconsiderate
That's true.
of that
That's what I
person.
feel too, because I worked a job where this, like I said, this one lady came when she wanted. She was late all the time. I was
Mm.
working 10:30 to 7, and I get, like you said, I give them that 8 hours, but I ain't giving them nothing over. And at 7 o'clock, she wants to know, but
Yeah.
she hasn't got here yet. Will you work until? No, I will not. If I stay, you give me time and a half. And
But
you
you
ain't
did
willing to
get
pay
there at
time and a
10:30.
half, I'm out the door.
Yeah, but you got there on time. See, you got
Yeah,
there on
I
time. You
believe
made
in
sure you
being on time, and I get on time and I leave on time.
Right.
Mhm. They know. I bet you that airplane will leave you. The
Sure
flight
will.
takes
It most
off
certainly
at
will.
yeah, because it's a time factor.
right.
It's a time, and they say, look, be there an hour early, 2 hours early, because you know the procedures. And
Right.
most people adhere to those regulations. But how we treat one another
Right.
is really the challenge. You
Well,
know, hey,
yeah,
I was hungry. I stopped by the fast food place, but you've taken my time. And you don't know, how that interrupts what I have to do. Now I got to go flying through traffic where I'm all stressed out. A phone call could help me. Hey, look,
Right. Right. Common courtesy.
I'm
So-
about 5 minutes late. That helps me.
Right. Ladies, we got 4 more minutes. We got 4 minutes left.
One more question. So if you're to
Yes.
be at work at 8 o'clock and there's a cafeteria, and you want to go, do you
You
get
get there
there
early.
early, go to the cafeteria, and then still be in position at 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some
But you
people
know
don't
what?
do that.
I find it even in churches
Yep.
that they make excuses for people being late.
Yep.
Because when I was young in Washington, D.C., and I was in this church, and I became the superintendent of the Sunday school. If Sunday school started at 9:30, I didn't care if anybody was nobody but me and one person in there. It started at 9:30. The
9:30.
That's right.
pastor did
That's
not
right.
appreciate it because he was always late. And
Hmm.
then I just said, you know what time it's starting. Everybody else does too. I don't
That's
care.
right.
Like I said, it's 9:30. It starts.
Mhm.
I shouldn't have to remind you what time it starts. I don't have to remind you to do stuff that you want to do.
Mm-mm.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I hate it when church folks decide at 11 o'clock and they still talking.
That's
Get to
right.
work early. That's right. Get to work
Mhm.
early. And then you have peace of mind. You're settled.
Exactly.
You know what? I
Start
know,
on time. And you're not just
it-
rushing in the door.
Right.
and I
It's
know
an
this
attitude
is
of the heart. It's an
this is
attitude.
crazy
Yeah.
because we live black people. We call it CP time, colored people's time. And I've been into a lot of different churches, and they make a joke about it, but he is so true. If you know white churches, they start at 11 o'clock. You out of there because they're gonna sing Amazing Grace and they ain't gonna preach the word, and it ain't gonna be trying to get everybody up out the seat.
Ain't no extra.
No extra.
I like those churches
You go,
sometimes. Sometimes that's where I need to go.
you go to them black churches and they. I mean, I'm going home because I don't need to stay here this long.
Keep me in the black church. Next.
Mm-mm.
Hey, I played at one church. Service was at 11 o'clock. They started at 11. They were in the 11:59. I felt robbed. It was a Seventh-day Adventist church. I felt robbed.
Yeah, but I've been in one when I first came to Washington State, and I could walk to the church, and I went to it, and they said they started at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock, they said, I said, I ain't staying here.
Oh wow. Oh
You
no.
don't even know what you're going to, And
Oh,
then they had to eat. And I said, no.
mm-mm.
Oh, we got 1 minute, ladies.
I'll take that 11 o'clock, 11:59 before 12 o'clock, an hour later
You and
start.
I both.
Oh that's bad too. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, ladies, thank you all. Nen 2X, Aunt Glennis, Vanessa, and all
Thank
those that
you.
commented.
Thank
Thank y'all for
you.
coming on, and I certainly enjoyed this. The next time, I'm gonna
Me
make
too.
sure I have my water, and I'm gonna get that Ethernet cord right so that studio computer lineup will work because I got everything set up in there. But I enjoyed myself.
Me too.
Oh, I
I
did
like
too.
these kind of
Really?
conversations when you can just
Yes.
be real.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's nice meeting you too, X.
Likewise, everybody. Yeah, nice meeting everybody. I really enjoyed this.
All right, ladies. So
I'm
what
gonna do my
I'm going
best
to
to be on time. But I told you I was running late, so
you did, but
yeah,
like I said,
Yeah, I
But
was
just
late.
jump
I
on-
was late because this technology, one thing won't work and I would
Oh yeah. That
Yeah,
you
but
weren't
see-
late. It wasn't your fault.
but the thing is, with jump on and jump off, I'm opening up the window, but there is no set time to come on and come off,
Except for you.
except for me, right? Because I'm hosting.
Okay.
be. Yeah.
So thank you all, and
Thank you.
I'm going to thank you all. I'm gonna remove you all off so I can do my little shebang out, and I will send the flyer for the next time.
Okay.
Could be March, could be April.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Don't
Nice
want to
meeting
overdo too
everybody.
much. All right. Good night, you all.
Yeah.
Good
Good
night.
night. Peace. Peace.
Peace. Man, that was great. Even though some of the people said they was coming on, I didn't come on. But guess what? I'm gonna give y'all another chance.